welcome back. I am right now going to enter Blackstone Heritage Canal State Park in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. I just came back from a touch of magic. I went to the painting class earlier and I did the little painting of the moon in honor of the sturgeon full moon tonight. That is in a different video. I don't know which will come out first, this one or that one, but we'll see. Anyways, look at the field over there. Right now we're gonna walk towards this visitor center area. There's another hiking place called Goat Hill on that side, but today we're gonna do the Blackstone Heritage Towpath Trail. And I wanted to say, because last time I was here I mistakenly called it a train track. I know that there definitely were train tracks around this area because it was a mill town, but this towpath predates the train tracks. And it actually was used for working animals like ox and steer to bring the barges or the ships through the Blackstone River that would carry all the materials that would eventually be used in the mills or were produced in the mills. So here's the entrance right here. Last time I was here, we went the opposite end at the Stanley Woolen Mill. And this time we're going to do the end up here at the Watergates Restoration Center, or this is just the dam, really. That's all it really is. So yep, there's a little lagoon there that we saw last time. People are fishing, and here is the dam. Look at this place. Damn. Now normally that river is flowing over the hump over there. It's like a waterfall, but today it looks like the water level is very low. Wow, that's pretty muddy down there. You see the gates there, that's the full stone dam. Yeah, there's no water flow today, so they must have not have gotten a lot of sun or rain in the area. Let's go up here. Okay, so that's the Blackstone Canal. That's where it begins, right here. Or it really begins way up there, but it flows through down here. I really can't believe how low the water is. I mean, normally it's raging up here. It's so low that people are fishing on like a little island that's out right in the river. This side's the river, the Blackstone River, and this side is the canal. So this was the towpath that the animals, the ox, would tow the ships that were bringing the materials to and from the mills, or just probably shipping the materials. I don't even know. I don't want to give you guys more wrong information, but look at the forest in there. So yeah, we're gonna walk down this whole thing and we'll see how much time we have left before I go back to a touch of magic. They're having a little moon gathering celebration tonight, bonfire, so I'll be hanging out over there. And look at the canal. Let's see if anything cool is up ahead. Right in there, that looks like a jungle, just like a straight up Congo or something. And it looks like there is another trail in the woods over there as well, but I'm going to stick with this towpath trail because we're going to be going all the way down, and this might take us anywhere between 30 to 50 minutes. So let's walk. When I came here last time, it was early spring, so I don't think all the foliage was fully grown back yet. I do remember seeing a great blue heron, so there was some wildlife. And then we went to the Blackstone River State Park, which is in Lincoln, Rhode Island, and that one had a ton of wildlife. I remember we saw snakes, birds, there's all kinds of stuff. But right now it's looking pretty calm. That canal is quiet. We have these rougher looking old trails in there that I don't even know if they're official trails or not. I love how the trees are growing right in the side of the canal. That's really cool. I think it'd be interesting to kayak through this, although it is known as one of the most polluted rivers in the country. I think that it's since been cleaned up pretty well, but during the industrial age, it was really polluted. Now check that out, that's cool. They built a bunch of bridges over the canal that you can crisscross to as well. There's this one here, and there's another one down at the end of the trail. Look in there, just like wetland. You can see the little piece of the river is in there. And last time I did this hike, I remember I did the full towpath, and we did hike some of the trails back here, but you know what, because we're here today for something different, I think I'm just going to hike these nature trails and have them see where they bring us out on the other side, so that way we mix it up a bit. Let's go. Nice and sunny today, beautiful, warm weather. So in front of me right here is going to be the nature trail. Did not take this one last time, so happy to do something a little bit different. It's a little sad to be out of the sun for a little while, but we get to see the sun poking through the trees. And we got a little robin in front of us, or whatever kind of bird that is. I believe it's a robin. All right, let's walk. Look at all these wildflowers. Look at all the purple ones. You can see how far into the meadow they go. There's the yellow ones right there. These kind of look like little fireworks. Really cool. All right, I can hear these birds crowing in the distance. Let's keep walking. This trail so far is nice. It's dimly lit, but the grass is really nice and you can tell mowed. Easy to navigate, easy to get around. It looks like kind of like you're going through a maze, because both sides has this intense thick brush, but the middle's nice and clear. So we got a fork in the road. That way might just lead right back to the towpath trail. This one I think is going to go a little bit deeper into the forest, so why don't we just give it a try. If it seems like it's going to start to go that way and backwards, I'll just turn around, but if we can move in this direction, then we'll keep going. Let's see. And you can really see the thickness of this brush on each side of this trail. It's almost like somebody took like a lawnmower with like machetes in the front of it and just hacked their way right through this. Oh, what's that, little blue jay? See some birds. So left turn, I believe, does bring you right back to the open area, that meadow. This might be the one that brought me to the area where I could hear the owls hooting the last time I was here. If it is, let's just check it out. We'll see. I remember there's a part where you could see the riverbank. Looks like it's opening up a little bit over here. Okay, so we can go straight or right. I'm gonna take a right, because like I said, I'm trying to go this way down to the Stanley Woolen Mill side of the area. I bet you that brings me, oh man, this might just be a roundabout actually. Let's see. Those trees are low, and even some of them look like they almost got some little yellow on them. The weather is very comfortable. It might be a roundabout over there, but it doesn't matter because there is a trail that does go to the right. I do not really know these very well. Huh. Wow. Okay. It's getting kind of deep. Maybe I should check the map. So these trails do seem to kind of just go in a big roundabout, like a circle over here. I'm gonna try to see if I can go back to where I was initially, because this is not really bringing me to where the intended area of travel was. So let's backtrack just a little bit, but you can look at those amazing clouds. Big poofy lollipop clouds. We got some berries of some sort up in that tree. I can only imagine how these are edible or poisonous or not. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. Look at all that grass. That is tick central, I'm sure. There's very interesting looking plants over here. We got this thing up here that looks like it's all red. That's pretty interesting. It's already changed. Changed for the season, I guess. Wow. I've always wanted to know exactly what this is. It's like a weird corn thing in the top. And it's just a big old weed, but I've seen them everywhere. So I wonder what exact species that is. I really should have downloaded that plant app that's supposed to identify different species of plants. So that's gonna be my next project for the evening, I guess. The sun peeking through those trees, that's crazy. This looks like some dense forest. Okay, so someone was driving a vehicle of some sort over here. I'm still not back at where I was trying to go to again. Okay, this is looking familiar. That looks like it's the towpath again, actually. So did that just kind of lead me to nowhere or what? Maybe I backtracked too much. Yeah, I'm back here again. So that was a bit confusing. I mean, I took these trails and I kind of went in one big loop. I couldn't find the other way to continue on back down to the towpath, so I'm just turning around and getting back on the towpath. Why not? I mean, it's gonna be the best views we're gonna have anyways. We're gonna see the canal the whole time, so let's see what we can find. Hopefully there's gonna be some cool wildlife. Alright, so we're back on the towpath. Wow, look at the canal right here. And there's a bird. I see a big bird right there flying around. I don't know what kind. Wasn't close enough. Oh, the breeze feels nice. It is actually nicer to be out here in the sun than it was in those dark trails anyways. And it's interesting how this is still not paved over, but I'm sure that there were stones here from hundreds of years ago that have since crumbled, and that's why this road looks the way it does. big shroom. This area here looks particularly very swampy. You can see those rocks poking above the water over there. That's such still water. I can only imagine if there's like any kind of bacteria or who knows what in there. I don't see any turtles or anything yet. I just saw like a big bird, which is probably a heron, but no reptiles or any animals of interest. Oh, that might be actually a turtle that's on that log over there. Let's see if we walk by, if we can tell. Alright, it does look like there's some turtles in the log over there. See a couple of them. I'll zoom in. But yeah, you can see their shells. Okay, so there's some turtles out today. Can't really get a good close-up view of them though. Look at these weird looking weeds right here. They got buds. Look at them, it's so strange. I really would like to know more of what different kinds of species these are. I mean, every year they die back. And I'm not sure if any of these have any kind of nutritional value whatsoever. Ooh, this place goes down. There's a big gully down there. And you can see how the tree cover is really starting to block out the sun as we continue. This part looks cool. Look how these trees are just poking up like this. Now we got to come back in the autumn, because when you see all the orange and yellow on these leaves, it looks like a whole different park. Oh, look at that swamp down there with all that moss. Whoa, that's a wild picture. That looks like a jungle. This particular part of the trail is probably one of the coolest parts. I mean, you got the Blackstone River flowing right here with that mossy cover, these big trees that have sprouted up on the towpath, and you get the canal right here. Look at the way this one grew. Split to two. Two trees for one. So up ahead is a nice sitting area. Oh yeah, look at this, how cool this is. So you can imagine like taking a friend or family or whatever out to hang out for a nice afternoon, and you have a nice picnic over here or something, and enjoy the sun and hang out by the canal over here. This is nice. Wow. There's something in there. That was probably a turtle. Look at that. So this for sure is a nice spot to sit at. Nice little sitting spot. Got a blanket or towel, some snacks, and chill. That was the trail that I was trying to come out of. So I don't know if the ones that we were walking on lead over there. I don't have time to go all the way down through there today though, unfortunately, but I want to. I'll have to come back in the fall, like I said, and we'll do a little bit more exploring. Look at how that vine is growing right up that tree. So yeah, this is the other part of the park right here. You can see those branches are submerged by this moss. It's like completely covered. Hi, good, how are you? Man, look how much coverage with algae there is over here. This is wild. This thing is completely covered. There's a snake hole right there, it looks like. We've got an old bridge over here, right by this completely algae-filled canal. That looks so crazy. I can hear a waterfall too. And alright, now we got some flowing water. Look at this place. You can't even see the water. That thing has had to have been there for many years. Alright, so over here is going to be the area where the old mills were. So it looks like the towpath would bring materials to and from the mills, and there's going to be a bunch of wreckage of the old mill buildings. Let's go down here and see what we can find. So there's a picnic bench right there. That's cool. You can chill over there. They even got a little grill, or one of those like campfire grills. You can cook some charred burgers on. Alright, so we're entering the area right now where the old mills used to be, and there still is the very large Stanley woolen mill right there also. And let's see what's in here. Whoa, birdies. That's the Blackstone River. The water level again is really low today. I'm not sure if it's because it's been really dry or what. Okay, so the first of the mill buildings is over here. You can see, we come down here a bit. Oh, yeah. I got some cement blocks. There's a wall over there. Oh yeah, there's the wall of the foundations. This was probably like the basement. And I can see that, ooh, a lot of bugs. I can see that tire right there too. Let's just keep walking up. Poison ivy right there. Ugh. Yeah, we found this last time. This is some kind of an old wooden foundation here. I don't know if this is like a standalone wooden building that collapsed or what. Is that a little baby bunny? And that's the Stanley woolen mill. That's still, I guess, is being renovated and turned into a mall or shops. This is a good shot of the old mill right here. Look at this. I wonder what kind of building this was. You can see the doorway. There's some old glass panels in there. A lot of old plumbing. And look at this. This must have been a piece from the floor. Right here. Or like one of these supporting beams. Whoa! No, this is pretty sturdy still, to be honest. Yeah, that's still sturdy. Down there is not though. Look at, you can see like the grates or like those steel gates barely holding up whatever shingles are there in the basement. I don't think I would trust standing on that floor. And this is getting a little sketchy. It's a little shaky. All right. It's so crazy how much algae there is in there. That's nuts. That's a beautiful green color though. So right there is the old Stanley woolen mill, as we said, and it looks like these were the two smaller buildings that were over here. So yeah, there was one there and one there. There were these concrete buildings. I guess you would enter in that area, and that's the basement, the foundation. The rest of it, either like many of the mills, must have burned down or collapsed. But there were not very many fire safety regulations back then. Look at this. Wow. All right, cool. Beautiful emerald green. So this is right where we parked last time when I came here. And yeah, they're developing this building still. Looks like they're gonna make stores, studios, and offices. Blackstone River and Canal Heritage State Park is the entrance. We're right here right now, and we came from all the way up to the top over here at Plummer's Landing. The parking lot's nice, and I really like that entrance right there that you can go and check out the wooden dock. And yeah, look at this strange structure here. A couple other ones, some logs. I don't know if the mill is open at all yet. I don't think it is. Let's see. This is the official sign for the mill, and that looks like it's the old chimney. So this is already open as a veterinarian place, I guess. Veterinarian, whatever you pronounce it as. And I guess they're going to be making this into a real thing. No trespassing. What if you're a visitor? I don't know if they don't look open yet, but it'll be a cool complex. I mean, I can only imagine having a studio apartment, if that's what they're going to make these into, and then having the ability to go to a store or wherever else they might install in here. Look at this little lagoon. Alright guys, well, I think that that's going to be it for this video then, because we just did the whole towpath trail. We did some of the nature trails back there as well, but there really wasn't, I mean, it was cool, but we definitely got turned around a bit. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the sun rays. I'm going to go head back to A Touch of Magic, the shop, and hang out there for a bit actually. A little get together. And yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for making me part of the YouTube partner program with all your subscriptions. I really appreciate it. And I got big news coming soon that I'll save for a future video, but it's good news. And there's going to be a lot more traveling in the future. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.